What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about what Dan Campbell had to say about the Detroit Lions' future and the approach the Lions are looking to take, which made me super happy. And also some updates on Matthew Stafford trade rumors. Updates on rumors. That's new one. Let's get it started.
You know, I got to shout out DoseOfDion, man, because it was actually the first time I went live on YouTube. And, you know, guys don't know DoseOfDion. He put out a lot of good content for the Detroit Lions.
Welcome everybody to our video. Glad you guys are here. And yes, we are back. Now I know this video is going to be a little bit later. I was not home during the day, so fortunately I didn't get to watch the Senior Bowl, but I will go check that out and kind of get some takeaways on it. But we're here now. You know, we got some things to talk about. That's all that matters. We're here. All right. We got the Lions fans together. How you doing? And we got some things to talk about. Okay. That's all that really matters with this. So I want to start off with the Matthew Stafford side of things before we get into what Dan Campbell had to say in terms of free agents and also how he's looking to build this team for the future. Okay. So let's start off with Matthew Stafford right now. Now, rumors are rumors, so we don't know what's real and we don't know what's not. Yesterday, we talked about a lot of Matthew Stafford rumors that were coming out, and one of the biggest ones was the San Francisco one that stated that, first off, Brad Holmes and San Francisco were working through the night on a deal, and they wanted to get this thing done soon. Now, that part, I still definitely believe, and I think it's going to happen. I think the Lions are going to get this deal done pretty soon. The most recent report that came out today stated that the Lions want to get this thing done before the Super Bowl. It just makes sense. It just makes sense to get this thing done as soon as possible. It takes other players out of the picture, like your Deshaun Watson, because right now the Texans are trying not to move him, so he's not really that available yet. Right now, Matthew Stafford's like the guy, okay? And if there's any team out there that wants to make a push, I mean, there still will be teams even if other guys are available, but like this is probably when you'll get the best value for Matthew Stafford. So getting this thing done sooner is better. Also, you kind of just want to get it done that way you can focus on the draft and free agency, because you know he's going to get traded anyway, so let's just get this thing done. Let's make it happen. But obviously, you want to get a good return. You want to get the best return that you possibly can. So I do believe that part is true. They also reported, well, the San Francisco 49ers, a rumor, was that they offered Lions 2 seconds and 2/3, which again could be true. I'm not saying these aren't true. They could be true. But from the San Francisco 49ers side of things, the most recent report that came out today denied that they were close with the Detroit Lions and making a deal for Matthew Stafford. Now, that could be legit, which would mean, okay, well, maybe they're not as interested as we thought. Or it could be, it just could be, because the reason that came out is because they're saying, well, they definitely could trade away Jimmy Garoppolo, but there are a lot of positive things being said about Jimmy Garoppolo and, you know, them giving him at least another year. However, this could also be a great smokescreen for the San Francisco 49ers, because the Niners, look, if they get this out there that, you know what, we're not even trying to make an offer for this guy. We're not even that interested. The other team's like, okay, we don't have to worry about the Niners anymore. But if the Niners are like, oh, hey, they're super interested, now it makes other teams want to offer more, and then they have to give up more. They want to give up as least as possible to get Matthews. So this could be a smokescreen, or it could be legit. Not sure. But that's the update we have. Also, we have a very recent update in the last really 30 minutes that I've seen, and this comes from Yahoo Sports, Albert Breer, once again, and he said there's about 7 teams right now. Again, we don't know for sure. There's about 7 teams that are very solidly in this race for Matthew Stafford. And again, we're hoping for that kind of bidding war type of thing. He says, here are the 7 teams: Washington Football Team, Carolina Panthers, New England Patriots, Indianapolis Colts, Chicago Bears, San Francisco 49ers, and the LA Rams. Okay, now, cool. Don't give them to Chicago. Just don't give them to Chicago, okay? Okay, you give them to any other team on that list, that's fine. Don't give him to Chicago, okay? I don't want him to be in our division, okay? Let's not do that. Teams don't like to trade in our division anyways. Please don't give Matthew to the Chicago Bears. That's not really good. But you can see some of the teams on there that make sense. Washington, right? They're kind of, well, they got that nice, really nice defensive line. And look, they made the playoffs this season with their new head coach, Rivera. And we know what Heineke was able to do. Now you throw in Stafford. They're thinking, hey, we can go win the East next year again. You look at the Carolina Panthers. Now, the Panthers would surprise me a little bit, because I don't know if they believe they're that close. But maybe they do. Apparently, Carolina is definitely in it right now. Dan Campbell told us that, yes, there are multiple offers out there right now. Things are hot and heavy for the Lions. So it looks like they have some trade partners. They're just trying to figure out what's best for the organization and for the team. And Carolina is one of the teams that are super involved in this. I mean, apparently their general manager said he wants to be involved in everything, because they definitely want to see if they can bring in Stafford. And I look at Carolina, I'm saying, okay, first off, they had the 8th pick in the draft. Okay, we could have back-to-back picks, which would be pretty darn awesome if they were willing to give that up. But not even that. I mean, the Carolina Panthers, looking at their side of things, they're in a tough division right now with Tampa Bay, New Orleans. But what's happening with Drew Brees, right? How much longer does Tom Brady have? For right now, they want to be competitive. They don't want to be losing games right now. But then you talk about okay, what happens after that? I think they're looking at Stafford as more of a long-term thing as well. I mean, look, they brought in Bridgewater to be the bridge quarterback, okay, right, kind of. But I think they're looking at Stafford as, hey, we can give this guy an extension. He's only 30. He's going to be 33. That's not super old for quarterbacks. They see Breeze playing up till 39, 40. They see Tom Brady playing at 43. They're saying, hold up, man, if we protect this guy, we can give him an extension. McCaffrey's going to be back and healthy. Hold up. This guy hasn't had a running game. Hold up, man. We want to go compete in this division now, but also when we have a quarterback and we extend this guy Stafford, and what do you guys have? Now you're looking for a quarterback. We want to be ahead of that curve. So I understand it. Any team that's interested, man, go make a case, but not you, Chicago. Chicago, stick with Mitchell Trubisky or whoever. Just don't make it Matthew Stafford. New England. Now, this one doesn't seem possible. Why would he go to New England if Matt Patricia's there, right? It doesn't seem possible.
Look at what Michael Lombardi says about this. It's because of their salary cap situation. Both the Patriots and the Colts could take on Stafford right away. Most people can't look. His contract isn't that bad, which I think is why he's more valuable. But what Michael says here hits right home.
The thing, while New England definitely probably won't be Matthew Stafford's number one choice, if they get the best offer from there, you see it potentially happen. The thing is, with New England, you look at the Patriots, right? Okay, yeah, Matt Patricia's there. I get it. It didn't go well with the Detroit Lions. The thing is, Matt Patricia's not the head coach of New England. He's also not the offensive coordinator in New England. While I didn't agree with maybe the play style that used Stafford for, Stafford in New England would be working with one of the best coaches in the league, a guy that knows how to win football games. And look, I didn't even think Cam Newton would fit New England because I was like, that'll be weird, right? His personality doesn't fit New England. But they let Cam Newton be Cam Newton. The issue is Cam Newton just wasn't a good quarterback for them, which is not that surprising. But they know Matthew Stafford's an upgrade. And where Bill Belichick's sitting in the draft, if he has the salary cap to do it, Belichick doesn't have a really good chance to draft a quarterback. And if he is not sold on a Mac Jones or a Kyle Trask that can help him right now, clearly they don't seem to believe in Jarrett Stidham. That's why they got Cam Newton. I mean, I wouldn't put it past him. I would not put it past Bill Belichick. To me, is too competitive to sit back and have what happened last year again. It's not like Matt Patricia's go in there like, oh, don't get Matthew, he's not a good quarterback. Matt Patricia came to Detroit because of Matthew Stafford. That was one of the biggest reasons he came here. He told us that. So I'm just saying, I don't think it'll happen. I just don't think it would line up. But you never know. It wouldn't shock me if they put out a big deal, that's for sure. It's not Matt Patricia. I'm not playing for Matt Patricia again. I'm playing for the Patriots. I'm playing for Bill Belichick. I'm playing for a winner, all right? If Stafford wants to go win games, who better to play than for? I mean, there's only a few coaches out there that are as good as Bill Belichick and finding a way to win football games. And if I feel comfortable with that team, I want to go win football games. I mean, I want to go win football games. So, yeah, Matt Patricia's there. But this isn't Matt Patricia's team. This is the Patriots, not the Lions. This is the Patriots. The guy knows how to win football games. So Stafford may want to go there. I mean, I know it doesn't sound like he would. Like, it would make sense that he wouldn't go there. But I'm saying he might want to. He might want to go there because, again, if you're just looking for, I want to win football games, there's not many better coaches to work for. Bill Belichick wants to get back to the playoffs. He has a nasty taste in his mouth after losing to the East and getting stomped by the Bills. Look, I'm telling you, he's got a nasty taste. Also, the Indianapolis Colts, that's kind of a popular one. We kind of knew about that one. That's still who I ultimately, if I had to predict, I think he'll end up there. Chicago, don't do it. San Francisco. Again, we got the San Francisco rumor. What does that mean? I'm not sure, but I still think they're definitely in the running. I know a lot of San Francisco fans want him. And finally, the LA Rams, which we talked about yesterday. I don't even know how they would do it. And I really don't think this is what they want to do, and I hope they don't want to do it, but I really don't think they would because of what was said by Dan Campbell. Now, on to what the Lions are going to do for the future. Well, let's address the free agents first. Okay, the two big free agents for the Lions, Romeo Okwara and Kenny Golladay. What do they want to do there? Well, usually you're not going to close the door on either of these guys, but Dan Campbell really made it sound like he wants both of these guys back. He said his plan is to bring them both into a meeting together, bring them together, and kind of discuss where they're at with things. First off, he wants to make sure they want to be back, and then secondly, they obviously have to figure out the financial side. He said, yes, even though I want them to be back, there is the financial side that has to line up with both players. That's kind of how I'm looking at it. Like, look, I would love Kenny Golladay back. I would love Romeo Okwara back, but you do only have so much money. So as much as you want to bring him back, you may have to make adjustments. So we'll see. If they can get them both back, that'd be great. For Kenny Golladay seems like he's all on board with working with Dan Campbell. So maybe we'll be able to get him a little bit cheaper than maybe we initially expected. We'll see how the market plays for him. And then Romeo Okwara, he's already got his brother here. Like, Romeo, stay here. You just had a breakout year. You know what's crazy? We never got to see Romeo, Everson, and Trey on the field at the same time last year. We never got to see it. Now, I know Everson's not going to be back, but man, I think look, Romeo was great last season. And if you could bring them both back, that's awesome. So he wants to bring those two guys back. Which could be possible. I mean, you're going to save about $14 million from trading Stafford, assuming you don't bring in a player in return. So it definitely could be possible, and I would like to bring them both back. That'd be cool. But this is what he said about the future. And man, I felt like he was literally taking what I was thinking, and he just kind of said it himself.
The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma.
And look, I actually said this about a week or two ago. I said it a little bit differently, but this is what I meant. I was going on a little rant kind of in that, but this is what he said, and I was just like, yes, Dan, we're on the same wavelength here. Dan, you are the man, okay? This is what he said. There's no question, man. A quarterback can somewhat make or break you. Very true, right? Quarterbacks are very important. One of the most important players on the team, but it's not the entire team. But that's not always entirely true. For example, think about Kansas City, right? Think about when Andy Reid went out there and they started building that thing, man, with building blocks. Think about Kansas City. A team that was a playoff team before Mahomes even got there. He didn't walk into an 0-16 team like Matthew did. The Lions don't want to do that, and I hope they don't want to do that. Like, that was my entire point was, look, focus on building the team and plug the quarterback in. If you just throw all your resources at trying to grab another quarterback and you put him into an absolute mess, it's going to be the exact same situation you put Stafford into. There's examples everywhere. Case Keenum, playoff winner with Minnesota, backup with the Browns. All right, just like that. There's examples everywhere, and this is a great one. You know why I like that? I use this one. John Dorsey was part of drafting Patrick Mahomes and building that Chiefs team, so I love it. And obviously, John Dorsey is now with the Detroit Lions. But he's speaking facts here, man. Patrick Mahomes did not step into an absolute dumpster fire. That team was already a playoff team when he took over. Kansas City started their journey with Alex Smith under center. Very true. When the nucleus was built, the organization pulled the trigger on drafting Patrick Mahomes, and results speak for themselves. Dan, I love you, Dan. I love it. I honestly want to cry a little bit. Like, seriously, I love what he's saying here, man. He's speaking so much facts. Fix the run game. Get a run game going. You know, build the nucleus like he says. Obviously, you want to be able to build a defense, but that's my thing. If you want to draft a quarterback, you like quarterback, do it, fine. But don't give up all these draft picks, all this money, and just try to go after just some quarterback, because there's really not a guy out there that's going to be an immediate upgrade for Matthew anyways. Maybe you can make the case to Deshaun Watson. But look, man, take your resources, build the nucleus, because with that, if you are a good enough team around the quarterback, you'll make every quarterback look better. You can make quarterbacks that should not be playoff quarterbacks. Let's bring up Trent Dilfer, right? Trent Dilfer, you know, this quarterback that, you know, won the Super Bowl, right? Oh, man, they won a Super Bowl. The guy literally had 113 touchdowns to 129 career interceptions. That guy won a Super Bowl, okay? I'm not saying we should get that bad of a quarterback. Like, yeah, good quarterback helps you, but you have to be able to build around it. And that's what I'm doing if I'm the Lions. You got this clean slate. You're going to have some money. You're going to get all these picks in return. Take all of that and focus on building this nucleus for the next few years, whatever it takes. Get the run game going. Find a way to start constructing this defense. If you remember when the Lions hired Brad Holmes, what they told us, they were super excited that he came with like this bold roster plan. When he told us what that bold plan was, he said it was like, well, it's a lot of big moves along the way that equal like a bold plan. So really no information there, but I'm sure he told them more detail, Sheila Ford Hamp and Chris Spielman. But apparently he had this bold plan. And if this was the bold plan, and then when you find that quarterback that you like and you're able to plug somebody in there, look for the intangibles like Brad Holmes wants. Leaders. Find that. It doesn't mean you at number 7 you have to draft a quarterback because you don't have one. It doesn't mean that, hey, we don't have a quarterback, so that's our only focus is finding a quarterback. No. If you don't love who's there, don't reach for just a quarterback because you need it. I think more than anything, this is just me, and I feel like Brad thinks that way too. It doesn't mean we are not going to draft a quarterback early, okay? So he's saying it's still possible, and it should be possible, or you should definitely look into it. What I do think is let's build this team first. Yes, build the team, man. Learn from what happened with Stafford. It's the best opportunity. You got a clean slate. A lot of player coaches. You have draft picks you're going to get in return. Take this opportunity. Learn from what went wrong with Matthew. Let's build a team and let's plug a quarterback into that. He says this. Let's build a nucleus and the foundation of this team first and get some roots in the ground. And once you get the roots in the ground and you let it grow a little bit, we'll find the right guy at the helm. He's literally just saying exactly what I was hoping. Taking quarterback, I have no issue with taking quarterback. If you like guy at 7, take him. If you like a guy at 3 and you want to trade up and get him, do it. But you better love that guy. All right, don't just do it because, oh man, we need a quarterback, so we got to trade up and grab one. Whoa, stop. If you love him, you're like, hey, this guy's going to be our future, do it. But if you don't, it's not worth the risk. It's not worth the jump to just give up picks for a guy that you don't even completely believe in, you don't love, right? That's what people always say. Hey, look, think about it, right? Before you buy something big, man, if you don't love it, don't buy it. It doesn't make sense. If you don't love it, don't draft it. If you don't love it, don't give up all your stuff for it, all your assets. Focus on building this team around. Average quarterbacks look good on a good team. Bad quarterbacks look average, good team. All you got to do is build around, man. That's what we got to focus on. It's what we couldn't do for over a decade is run the football. It's what we couldn't do but one time in the last 12 years is play defense. So fix those things. Get those things rolling and then plug that quarterback into it. And that's fine if you take one at 7, right? Heck, I don't care if you just take one at the 3rd round or the 4th round. If that's the guy that you want, you're like, hey, we got our other needs. You know, we got the running back to go with Swift. We built that defense. Really good running back with Swift, and we built the defense. And you know what? We wanted this quarterback in the 4th round. We like this guy for now. And we'll try him out and see how he does. Fine. I don't care. The number doesn't matter to me. 750, 700. I don't care. I don't care. Just build a team around him. This is your opportunity, and I love what Dan Campbell said. We'll see what happens with Matthew Stafford. I'll obviously keep you guys updated. I don't know. Again, I still believe he's going to go to Indianapolis if I had to bet, but I might put Patriots at number 2 now. I'd go Indy, New England, San Francisco is my prediction. That would be wild, right? Thank you for watching, and I'm out.